save on everything you need to refresh your home, wardrobe, and yard. And welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. Trevor Thompson here getting you in the booth. Ken flew Tuesday in Colorado. Thank you, Redmond. Guys, take it away. And Trevor, the Red Wings won the first meeting in Edmonton in early November, 5-0. Peter Mrazek in goal. Our goaltenders tonight, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Victor Fost of Sweden, the 6th Oilers goalie this season, the 13th to play in their organization this year. Jimmy Howard, felled by the flu Tuesday in Columbus, back from that, back in goal. He'll have to be a star for the Wings from now to mid-April. Mike Hasenfratz, Kelly Sutherland are the referees. The St. Louis Blues scored 4 third-period goals on Ben Scrivens last night to blow open a 2-2 tie to beat Edmonton 6-2. The Oilers were tired of digging the puck out of their own net in the final 20 minutes, so you know they'll want to recover from that and have a good start here against the Red Wings tonight. And Detroit hopes to take advantage of what will be a somewhat tired team without Sam Gagner, who played last night, but he's hurt tonight. Number 51, who goes after the puck now. Anton Lander centers the top line in Gagner's place. And he's out there with Taylor Hall, their leading point getter, and David Perron, number 57, their leading goal scorer with 25. Quincy's shot gets knocked down. Played along there by Justin Schultz, and David Perron will turn with it. And neat for Perron that he scored his 25th last night in St. Louis. He was acquired from the Blues in a deal.
The Blues didn't treat him very well as the rest of the Edmonton team. They were rough and rugged. They ran the Oilers all over the ice. Taylor Hall had a very rough night. Lost some teeth, got cut in the mouth, and it got very physical.
And I was a little surprised, too, as this will be icing, that none of the Oilers
thought that he'd be kind of young 30th player, even at 4 years in the league. So he's a good one.
33 points the last 30 games for Taylor Hall. Back at center, picked up by Jeff Petrie.
Nugent Hopkins is another one that we'll talk about. He's been injured a lot. He's another young guy. So they may end up, Ken, having to move some of those young guys to spread out their needs in this hockey club.
Turning back to get it is Petrie, the 45th overall pick back in 06. Puck is knocked down. Erickson couldn't find it. A high shot over the right arm of Howard, and ricochets all the way back out to center ice. In the lineup tonight, Philip Larson, number 36 on defense. In for Mark Fraser, who played last night but is scratched tonight. Ronwald just got out of the way of a hit. Jesse Yoensu, number 6.
He's not big enough. What a big guy he is.
And that shot was blocked. Yoensu, without a stick, goes to the bench to get another. Here's Bertuzzi with Glendening. Glendening took a swipe at the puck, turning in the corner with it. Alfredson, the other forward on this line. Bertuzzi gets checked. Comes back to the point, kept in there by Lashoff. Lifted the stick of Boyd Gordon. As Larson will move it. It'll go down ice as Jones will chase for Edmonton. No icing. Lashoff felt the pressure coming at him. Lashoff able to hold off number 28, Ryan Jones. Brendan Smith plays one ahead to Emerton, on to Miller. We'll watch for the debut, and here it is of Teemu Pulkkinen, who's on the ice, number 56. He wears number 6 with the Griffins. Teemu Pulkkinen. As Jones has it, stepping up is Cronwall. Into the middle. Emerton, who played with Pulkkinen in Grand Rapids during Corey's time there when he was sent down.
Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Emerton over to get the puck. Pulkkinen with that shot. Came loose in front of the goal. And then off to the side as Pulkkinen goes after it again. And down the ice it goes. Pulkkinen had played most of his time in Grand Rapids, as this will be icing with Kelly Yarncroc, who was dealt at the deadline in the David Laguan deal. And there's number 56, the 22-year-old Finn, Teemu Pulkkinen.
They say he gets open like a Hull, like a Bossy, and I know that's pretty tall order for a young guy, but still, he did watch a lot last year. He's young. He's his first year in the American Hockey League. He was in the playoffs last year, played 2 games in the regular season, so but he's just got a lot of learning to do. But the fact that he's sitting in Detroit, Michigan, with a Red Wing uniform on, congratulations, young fella. See what you can do with that opportunity, and it's because of all the injuries that he's got that opportunity. There's a look at what's in the stable for Ken Hall.
Our local Toyota dealer scouting report on Red Wings who've made their NHL debut this season. For the Red Wings,
I'm sure they weren't thinking they'd have to use these kids as quickly as they have with all the injuries, and it's forced that. That's out of play. Nope.
No, but clipped the Kaiser on the side of the head. Well, he's the 9th Red Wing to make his NHL debut the last 14 months.
Heading level 3. Detroit Red Wings, best of 2014 to 15 by a coordinating 3,684
gone off because of that
24 minutes. Unavailable.
In behind it comes for Quincy. For Johan Franzen, who will lift it out to center. Franzen now in his 9th season.
2015.
This will be only the 4th time he'll have more assists than goals, unless he gets on one of those hot goal-scoring streaks. Back in the 09-10 season, when he played 27 games, he had 10 goals and 11 assists. More often than not, he's a Cy Young winner. You know, the 25 goals, 14 assists. 14 season, but this year it's gone the other way for him. But he's missed so many games injured, Franzen.
Well, assists will come a lot easier than goals. Find in the back of the net. You don't teach guys to do that as easily as you can to pass the puck.
Shane out. Shane out. Up there. Nyquist over on the right wing. And he says he enjoys playing his off wing. Some can't adjust that easily, but he has a giveaway there by Shane, stolen by Eberle. Bad guy to give the puck to with 21 goals in the season and 50 points for Jordan Eberle.
It's that blind play up the middle, Ken. Boy, if it doesn't work, it's really dangerous. And it didn't there for Riley Shane.
Yakupov gave it away. Now Shane coming in trying to make amends. Then he was checked by Justin Schultz. Stolen there by Shane's. Got it again. Now to Alfredson, the shot. And just wide of Victor Foss.
He used one. Danny Alfredson, he's gone cold.
Last shot going back to pick it up. Bertuzzi into the right wing offensive corner as Larson goes to get it for Edmonton. Checked by Glendening. Glendening and Polkinen now with a couple of right-handed shots up front for the Red Wings. Along with Alfredson. So give them 3 forwards with right-hand shots. None on the blue line. As a bouncer goes down. Oh, that skipped on Howard, but he got his blocker on it. Last shot played it up near boards. They tried to center and couldn't hold it in. Last shot played it up near boards. They tried to center and couldn't hold it in.
Coach only can play the players he's got, and he doesn't complain about the fact that he's got 5 centers out of the lineup and nobody coming back at any time. Complain about the fact that he's got 5 centers out of the lineup and nobody coming back at any time soon. Darren Helm, the update for you there is he's completed the off-ice part, and soon Darren Helm, the update for you there. Lineup and nobody coming back at any time soon. Darren Helm, the update for you there is he's completed the off-ice part of concussion protocol and done okay there. He skated with the team today, but when you go in to talk to Mike, he doesn't talk about that. 8 forwards out of the lineup and nobody coming back at any time soon. Darren Helm, the update for you there is he's completed the off-ice part of concussion protocol and done okay there. He skated with the team today, but when you go in to talk to Mike, he doesn't talk about that, and rightfully so. You know, the game get away. He should have done in 18 shots in Columbus on Tuesday night and had that game get away on him and didn't get even a point. So they could find the back of the net. He likes the way they're playing for the most part.
Petrie has it, back of Victor Fost. Played back to Ryan Smith and a save by Howard. The rebound. And they'll hold on to that with some help from Drew Miller. So we'll step out, and another rookie in the lineup, Teemu Pokinen. We'll hear from him when we return.
I think you can't get too excited. It's just one hockey game, and like I said, it's of course nice to play today, and especially in this building, a lot of history here. So it's gonna be fun, and you have to enjoy it, but don't get too excited. Just go out there and play and have fun.
Isn't that interesting that he mentions there's a lot of history here? A lot of European players have come over here in the past. They must have given him a yearbook, Ken. He's reading up about all those Hall of Fame numbers up in the rafters.
Well, the Red Wings director of player development, Yuri Fisher, said off the rush, he's not afraid to challenge a guy one-on-one. He wants to be better than the other guy.
Heading level 3.
Many years, Donald's fun.
the other Timu is in
NHL March
Finland.
14
He's a rock star.
14 Edmonton Oilers.
Timu Solani.
Well, scored the White Hawk
You see what Timu Halkinen can do with his opportunity. Like I said, less than 1% of all kids that put a pair of skates on ever skate in an NHL game.
Applicators got it. Franzen on the fly with it. Leg one trying to catch up. Franzen trying to get around Justin Schultz. The other Schultz, Nick, was traded at the deadline. Greg McTavish made a bundle of moves to try to fix this Oilers squad. It was the second worst record in the National Hockey League. He certainly upgraded the
NHL
goaltending.
March 14/2014.
As I said, Victor Foss, their sixth goalie to play for Edmonton at the NHL level, the 13th in their organization this season.
They brought Dubnik in. They thought he was going to be the heir apparent to it all. But boy, that disintegrated fast.
Puck is loose, picked up by Nugent Hopkins, back into the slot. Couple of whacks at the puck. It just wouldn't settle down. Now Yakupov goes in for it. Eberle took a shot that went off Quincy. Yakupov going for it. Yakupov was -4 last night in the loss in St. Louis. -33 in the season, a league worst for Nail Yakupov. Number 64, the first overall pick in 2012.
What do they say about that draft? You got no guarantees.
Some good defensemen that they overlooked. And that's where they needed the most help. As you said, they got a lot of the same, and they'll probably try to fix that. And wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Yakupov is moved and you can get value for him.
Well, I don't know what's going on with that. We don't get to see him now that we're in the East. It's funny, we don't watch the West that much, but they're questioning his work ethic. I mean, that's not a good thing for a young player. My goodness. So,
Brendan Smith was hit, elbowed a little bit. As Petrie sent it around, Lashoff will go back to retrieve it. Settles down a rolling puck. Bertuzzi back to Smith. Glendening with Alfredson and Bertuzzi. That's number 84, Oscar Klefbom. 19th overall pick in 2011. They expect a lot of that big defenseman. Puck to the far side for Jonathan Ericsson. Jesse Johansson getting it through. Boyd Gordon, shot went wide up there along with Matt Hendricks. Hendricks with a backhander. Boy, he's been a great pickup, and he was taken from Nashville mid-January for Devin Dubnyk. Matt Hendricks gives him some leadership, the 32-year-old, and he settled things down. Edmonton's had a pretty good record since January 26th, fourth best record in the league. Don't you know? 8-4-2 since the end of January as the play goes offside.
he should be on well.
Early defeated by a ninth by Washington, didn't play for him.
Come to the Toronto organization. But he's got a tough task. It's tough. You got a young team and a young coach. Some question whether they should have gone that way instead of bringing in a veteran coach that knows how to nurture young kids. But
I mean, like Tom Rennie, who they like
last night, a story of, and I think he's going to get Patrick Watt going to have any decision to make for people coach of the year. He's going to get
we broadcasters vote for it.
We do?
We do.
Okay.
You should really spend the stamp and vote there. That goes into the oil. Now, maybe what?
Anthony Brook, what they call it? Saying I had my man went out the door.
He mailed it in about 30 years from now, maybe what?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Bobby Plager used to say when videotape came in, the saying I had my man went out the door because everybody could see you didn't have him in a Donnybrook.
Late great Roger Nielsen messed that up for everybody.
Yeah, he sure did. Roger, what they call him, Captain Video?
Captain Video.
Oh, my God. I had Roger for 1 year in junior. He was just getting started.
Yeah?
I remember at one time he used to throw sticks on the ice just to stop the play. And, I mean, he was incredibly innovative way before his time.
Petrie, broken stick.
Spaghetti again.
When Dan Petrie threw some pitches, sticks, bats broke like that. Delayed penalty here to the Oilers. Net empty Detroit. Franzen off the bench with a shot. Foss has it.
Wow. That's a huge save. Through some traffic and everything. Franzen came off the bench right down the slot. Took a pass and could not get it up high enough. Nice setup. He heard him coming, did Cronwall. We'll come back with a Red Wing. Well, just the guy we were talking about, Nail Yakupov, takes a unnecessary penalty for slashing the stick right out of Cronwall's hands. right in front of Jimmy Howard, way back in the offensive zone for Edmonton. So can't get away with that.
The Red Wings will head to a Bell Tire power play. 0 for 7 the last couple of games after scoring in 5 straight. Bertuzzi off the draw, took it away from their captain, Andrew Ferentz. Alfredson will send one in. Nyquist and Franzen out there along with Bertuzzi. Kronwall and Alfredson, who fires one. Save made by his countryman Fost. And it comes back to center and into the Red Wing zone as Kronwall goes back to get it. Ryan Smith is up for the Oilers on the penalty-killing roll. Familiar number 94 who has it. Sent one back to Ferentz. And out to center it goes. Anton Lander watching his countryman Kronwall, and now Franzen. Now Nyquist. Plenty of Swedes on the ice right here. Bertuzzi couldn't get through. Kronwall has it bounce up off the dasher. Franzen was there to recover. Still a minute to go in this Bell Tire power play as Franzen carries into Bertuzzi. Puts it back to Nyquist for Alfredson. Took the shot. That was blocked. Went off Schultz, up and out of play. So the faceoff will stay in the Edmonton zone. A reminder to come see the Wings take on Sidney Crosby and the Penguins Thursday, March 20th at 7:30. It's an Eastern Conference matchup you won't want to miss. Ticket executives standing by. 313-471-7575 now. And on the point for the Red Wings, you've got number 56 and number 65. Polkinen and De Keyser, respectively. Leguan gets tossed out. In comes Sheehan, a second center to take the draw. Tatar on the other side.
Imagine that. First year player and first game player on your power play. That is pretty amazing. That's what depletion and injuries will do for you. Boy, oh boy.
De Keyser carries to center. Polkinen on the right side gives it to Leguan, who couldn't get through. No entry there for Detroit. Nearly given away by Tatar. Polkinen will send it in. Frost couldn't scoop it back there. Sheehan knocked it down. It goes through to Tatar. Missed Leguan with it. Grabbed over on the far side by Boyd Gordon, who's out along with Matt Hendricks. Now they get a change going with 15 seconds left in the man advantage Detroit. Taken by Ryan Smith. And he'll send it right into the Red Wing bench. Now for the most power play goals in Edmonton Oilers history. How about that? A record that Gretzky doesn't hold. And Smith could break Anderson's mark.
My guess is that Gretzky's got the assist record on those power play goals, wouldn't it?
I would think.
Yeah. Yeah.
David Perron put it through the middle, so the Red Wings 0 for 1 on the power play as Taylor Hall comes in the left wing. Howard out well in front of the blue to stop that.
That's a great A scoring chance right there for Taylor Hall, who can find the back of the net with the best of them, and Jimmy Howard acts like Terry Sawchuk and blocks the door. That's the way he's got to play the rest of the way for this team, like he did last year. Very good chance by Taylor Hall. He's got speed, he's got guts, he'll go to the net, and he's got a great shot. He's going to be a superstar in this league for a long time.
Leads his team in shots, in fact. Missed 7 games when he was injured, and he didn't play in the first meeting against Detroit, but the Red Wings won 5-0 in Edmonton when Peter Mrazek got the shutout that night.
He's had some injury trouble too.
Taylor has, yes.
Yeah, knee and thigh. Boy, he's a good hockey player.
Took the nasty cut to his face too from a pregame warm-up. Alfredson turning with it. Went back for leg one, intercepted by Jordan Eberle. His pass for Yakupov failed to click. So the Fates with at least a point. In Edmonton, 2-5 are the Red Wings for passing to Gordon.
Goaltender's pads. Second shift.
Yeah, a very quick one.
Right that breakaway and drilled it through the goaltender's pads.
Then went on a great roll before he got hurt again. Sheehan put it in back of the goal for Nyquist. Comes back to the line, held in by Eriksson. High slot, Tatar shot over top of the net. Yakupov going to get it. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Justin Schultz, defenseman, joined the rush, but the Red Wings able to take over as Eberle couldn't contain it. Gustav Nyquist. Tatar moving up as Nyquist takes the spot of Thomas Yurko on this line. Tatar back of the net in the midst of the change. Scores! Shen!
Beautiful.
This line. Tatar back to the net in the midst of a chance to score!
Disallowed by a lot. Full game.
Beautiful play by Tatar.
0% for the... Speed is 0.25. Rapid.
He had 3 bodies, 3 red jerseys, and this is what happened to Detroit the other night. They got outnumbered on the wall and at center ice, and in 40 seconds the game was over in Columbus. But here, they get 3 guys against 2. The puck is turned over, and a very nice play by Thomas Tatar as Sheahan pops it in off the short side goal post. Nicely done. What a nice year he's having. 11 goals now for Riley Sheahan. Pretty good stuff. Boom. Did I say 11? Make that 5. I'm reading play one right next to him.
Turning is Perron. Checked by Glendening.
And number 22, Miller.
Taylor Hall got it back to the line.
53 seconds into the first period.
Sent back to the net is Glendening trying to contain Perron, who can be nasty and chippy. Perron will go to the bench. He's lost his stick. Comes back to the point. Off the change, Joensuu. His shot hit a leg, bouncing down in front. Edmonton keeps control up. Anton Lander just caught up from Oak City. Now Joensuu's got it. Walks to the middle. And that'll be held by a point in the Rangers. Cassian makes a spot. Passion back.
Let's be comfortable here, but the bottom line that they need to get some points on their own and get a little bit of help elsewhere. The Rangers, if the Rangers fall out of a guaranteed playoff spot, they could become a wild card that Detroit's after. And they've got games in hand on the Rangers as well. So a lot of options going forward here, but the bottom line is the Red Wings need some points, and they need them now. Obviously didn't catch. We used to do that. The old great big bent down.
I see that.
That's right. I remember my dad. He used to have that great big thick needle, and it was he used to put it under the fire to sterilize it.
Lovely.
Oh,
don't do that at home, kids.
Absolutely.
Don't do that at home.
Yeah.
We are 2014 now. Go to the hospital.
It had a bend in it.
Is there not a hospital in Peterborough you could have gone to?
It took too much time. And you had to get back for the power play.
Here's Schultz on the wing. Off his skate. Last shot gets bumped by Hendricks. He'll do a lot of that. Played ahead for Brendan Smith. Ooh, didn't miss by much. He's going alongside on Victor Fox. As Drew Miller's back to get it, chased by Ryan Smith. The Red Wing defense pairing in the absence of the Kaiser will be mixed up a bit. Glendening just took a jolt.
Sure did.
And that was from Luke Gazdick. Tough guy they picked up, and another hit.
Right there,
This time by Larson on Glendening. Applicator back to the line. And Cronwall gave it right back. He bumped into Jones. Applicator didn't wait long enough, and this will be offside Detroit.
Smith wiped out big time. On that angle, you see the blocker, the bottom of the blocker right there. Glendening wiped out big time. Right there. That's what you want to do. Applicator comes up. First man takes the shot, and that was Glendening, and the second guy takes the puck. It was an easier job for number 8 than number 41 there.
So Tatar, Sheahan, and Nyquist. Red Wings in a 1-0 lead on Sheahan's goal from Tatar and Miller. Sheahan picking up his 4th. And 13:53. This is the 8th game the Oilers have played since the Olympics. They've only had 4 first-period goals in that time, and only 1 first-period lead, including tonight since the Olympics. That was last night in St. Louis when Perron scored against his former team, and they had a 1-0 advantage. Knocked away from Nyquist.
Action menu button. Heading level 3. YouTube video.
Game was tied at 2.
Seek slide. 28 minutes 4.
2 after 2 in St. Louis, and for the Blues exploded for 4.
28 minutes 44 seconds of 1 hours 57 minutes. Third. 28 minutes 47 seconds of 1 hours 57 minutes.
Nyquist looks for help. He's got Quincy. Quincy looked in front, hit a skate. In behind, wraparound try, and nearly buried it as Quincy followed the play to the other side of Fost. Long stretch pass is a beauty by Smith to Franzen, and a save by Fost. Back to the line. A delay there by Quincy. Sent it off Franzen. His number 93 counterpart Ryan Nugent-Hopkins carries ahead. Nugent-Hopkins kicking at it again, gets knocked down. Then back up, along with Everly and Yakupov. Boy, you could do a chart for their high draft picks, couldn't you? My goodness. Justin Schultz back to get it, a free agent signing after drafting by Anaheim, but didn't want to sign with them.
They, because of that, Ken, you know where you're finishing when you're getting those high draft picks. You have a whole different. Yeah, and the fans in Edmonton are.
This trade was also gave up a second. A very good deal for them. Hendricks went after it. Howard played it over. Glendening trying to get past Petrie. Glendening keeps on going and on goal, and just missed. Just sent it wide on the backhand, and now he's lost his helmet. Trying to lose the 0 in the goal column for his NHL career. Good chance there for his first. Wouldn't that have been something? A Wolverine beating a Spartan for his first NHL goal as he got around Petrie. Emerson goes after it. Check there by Boyd Gordon. In the midst of a change, though, was Glendening, so no one was at the point to pick it up. Bertuzzi playing in his 300th game as a Red Wing tonight. Sent to center by Eriksson. Taylor Hall lost it. Played ahead for Miller. 1-on-4. Coming back on him was Perron. Taylor Hall with it, with 5 seconds to go in the period. As the Red Wings are going to go to their dressing room with a 1-0 lead. But not before something transpires here.
The linesmen are going to ruin
Ference and Abdelkader.
Yeah, I think the linesmen are going to ruin the fun. Taylor Hall was upset because going back a shift ago, where he got dumped accidentally in front of the Oilers bench and he fell right in his tailbone. And here he took it out on Abdelkader right at the buzzer went. And Abdelkader, what are you doing? Watch this play right here. He dumps the puck out and Smith goes to check him, but his right skate catches him accidentally. And look at this fall. That is dangerous. Right on his tailbone. And he went off cursing and swinging his stick. Very mad. Not happy. Camper for sure.
So 7 of the last 8 games, the Edmonton Oilers have allowed the first goal in a game. And yet, their record's been pretty good. But for the Red Wings, they'll take it, especially against a team that they should beat, and they need every point they can get. Riley Sheahan, the goal scorer, with Trevor. Right now, Darren and Chris are with Mickey in our Ram Intermission Report.
And this first intermission report is presented by Ram Trucks, engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. A rough stop there at the end of the first period to wrap up the first 20 minutes of play. Wings strike first in this hockey game. Both very much, and when we come back, we'll look back at the highlights from the first 20 minutes of play. As you just heard, it's Riley Sheahan 1, the Edmonton Oilers 0.
Riley Sheahan with the lone goal in the first period. They'll begin period number 2 for his side, offsetting penalties to Ference and Abdelkader as the clock struck 0 in that opening period. So the Red Wings have a 1-0 lead. Taryn Miller assisting on the Sheahan goal. Now time for AT&T U-verse Reverse Rewind. And on this date, 1962, first there was the Rocket, and then Gordy became the second player in NHL history to score 500, doing so against the Gumper and the New York Rangers. Gumper for a short time, Mickey's roommate in the Montreal days. Howe would go on to score 801 in his NHL career, a mark that stands second in NHL history, behind the great one, Wayne Gretzky, who had 894. And former Red Wing Brett Hull scored his 700th against Nabokov in San Jose in a Red Wing uniform and go on to score 741 in his great career. So the two teams start 4 aside here in period number 2. As Philip Larson has it in his own zone.
Edmonton clearance and Burke Aggregator. Leads the run at 20 minutes even of the first period.
Brought in here by Franzen. Franzen put on the brakes. Behind Hall. Backhanded down at center by Eriksson and nearly stolen by Nyquist. In for Perron on the backhand and a save by Howard as Perron got knocked down to the ice by Eriksson, was actually holding on to Jonathan Eriksson's stick. Back to the line for Larson, who did not play last night in St. Louis. Eriksson has it, took it away from Hall. And a longer change here in period number 2, and that's something general managers talked about in Boca, and they'll be looking at in overtime for next year. The longer change where you're further away from your bench, as they are in middle stanzas of NHL games. They'll start overtime that way more than likely next season. Carried in for Tatar. Oh, the effort to end more games in extra time rather than a shootout. Tatar went back to the line and then stitched up to Kaiser. Moved it over for Quincy. 35 seconds remaining in this 4-on-4 situation to start period number 2. Tatar, who made that great play to Sheahan on the Red Wing goal. Sheahan's got it now and returned for Tatar, but it was knocked away. And Danny DeKaiser is back to get it. DeKaiser into Edmonton territory in front of the net. Just failing to settle it down with Sheahan. Back the other way for number 23, Matt Hendricks. Hendricks with a shot that was blocked. Stayed with it though. Did Gordon. And Hendricks was looking for that puck to come loose. A broken
play. Had a ball didn't come in for it. Had a
break. Teams return to 5-a-side as Alfredson tries to break away. He'll dump one into the Edmonton zone. Foss to leave it for number 84, Oscar Klefbom. And much of the season in the American Hockey League. Just made his debut the other night, did Klefbom. Here's Taylor Hall pulling back to the line, and the Klefbom shot went wide. And Perron tried to backhand one, but Alfredson controls for Detroit. Kronwall couldn't get away from Hall, who strips the puck from Kronwall. Hall with a shot and a save and a rebound gathered back in by Abdelkader. His pass intended for Leguan didn't work. Eriksson with that long reach gets there. Oilers and Red Wings both making changes, so Kronwall waits it out and gives it to Eriksson. Pass tipped in as Pulkkinen will go in after it. He'll get there first. Teemu Pulkkinen back of the goal will shoot one, and a save made. A rebound out front of the goal and taken away by Klefbom. Puck not out, it'll go back in. Or it will come outside the line on the whistle.
Well, Pulkkinen tried to use his speed here he was thinking wraparound, but then that just disintegrated awfully quickly. The Oilers do a nice job in the front of the net. There's the steal by Taylor Hall. Nick Kronwall getting too fancy in tight.
Foss to leave it back there. Smith stepped up along with Pulkkinen, stolen by Miller. Oh, and Pulkkinen just had to go over his stick. Another shot, and that ricocheted off Miller in behind. And now Foss will just hold on. Like Como. So Pulkkinen's created some things early on tonight, and for Thomas Jurko, who will miss the next month or so, they believe, with broken ribs. After Blake Como cross-checked him.
Nice steal there again by Miller, who just continues to be a valuable member of this team. He plays on your so-called fourth line all the time. That's where Pulkkinen has started tonight. And start for the time, except on the power play in that second unit.
This will be another icing.
Not the system as much as it is just the different level of competition. In the NHL, the guys are bigger, stronger, and faster for the most part. Things happen really quickly. Young players sometimes find out the hard way.
Good draw one there by Glendening, and Smith gives it to Bertuzzi. Had a shot blocked. Joensuu with Gordon and Hendricks. Power to the blocker save and put it right onto the stick of Alfredson. Brendan Smith joining the rush. Glendening tried to get an angle on it. He couldn't as Ferentz took him out of the play. Joensuu, number 6 of the Oilers, to the line but not out. Held in by Alfredson, and the shot went high. Bertuzzi to Lashoff. Save made. Alfredson on the rebound. Finds Lashoff to the net. Hit through, and a save made by Fost. He was acquired from Anaheim for a 3rd and a 5th round pick at the deadline was Victor Fost. Just his 7th game of the season. 2nd as an Oiler. He won his debut Tuesday in Minnesota. Glendening put it in wide of the goal. Bertuzzi back to the line for DeKeyser. Pressure here, Detroit, and albeit in the midst of a change. And then given away by DeKeyser, but recovered by Quincy. Bertuzzi, the only one left out there off this change that the Red Wings were in the midst of. As Legwand is out with Nyquist. Bertuzzi hanging in, hoping something will happen, maybe for a goal here. Quincy had moved up and just cleared away by Matt Hendricks. Bertuzzi gets to the bench. Franzen comes on. Legwand gains the zone with a shot over top of the goal. Legwand in to get it. To the line for Quincy. With a shot, it's loose in front. Nyquist. Too many bodies down. And it wouldn't go through. A game, by the way, that Fost won Tuesday in Minnesota. The Oilers trailed 3-0 against the Wild, but bounced back and won it in a shootout 4-3. This will be icing against Detroit. The face-off back in
A couple in the first period. Came away with nothing.
Nyquist. It was blocked by Petrie and scooped by Fost.
But other people are giving their best.
Erickson with a shot. Abdelkader went sprawling, trying to get a shot on goal. Taylor Hall had to go off his stick. Hall with a couple of goals and 6 points the past 5 games. Hall, number 4, reaching in for it. Came loose in the slot for Perron, and a good save made on the top scorer in goals for Edmonton, David Perron, with 25. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
Tuesday night, Thomas Yurko, boom. Blake Como, who was suspended later for a hit on Brendan Smith in this game, cross-checked him underneath the shoulder pads and above the hockey pants, right on his ribs. That is a mass unit if I've ever seen one.
So Blake Como got 2 minutes for the board on Brendan Smith, then got a 2-game suspension after. But you said at the time he should have been kicked out of the game for the hit on Brendan Smith. Had that happened,
and Yurko
wouldn't be hurt.
That's exactly right. And a lot of people go, well, okay. I mean, it's right that the league can go back and look at it and make that call. The question is being raised, why wasn't that call made on the spot?
Because the refs are human, I guess. Loose in front of the net. Grabbed by Legwand. Franzen fighting for position in front and got a piece of the puck, and it went off the glass. Franzen over to get it. 15 goals, 34 points, and 38 games for Franzen. Nyquist. Look for Legwand. Checked by Schultz. Back to Cronwall. It was blocked. Good hold in by Erickson. Franzen circling with it. Leaves it for Jonathan Erickson. Erickson gets cross-checked to the ice by Yakupov. And another one. Erickson stays with it. Last in the draft, checked by Yakupov, who was first in his draft. In front, side of the net. Stopped by Fost. Played ahead by Schultz. Erickson stopped Yakupov, and Franzen back to get it. Both teams will want to change here after that lengthy shift with pressure by Detroit. Brought back in by Franzen. Crossing with Corey Emerson. Going in down low is DeKeyser. In right in front. Nyquist.
Cross-checking going on down there. Yakupov is completely out of gas.
And he's still on the ice.
I know. Yeah.
And he's out at center. So in front of the net. Now Yakupov over to get it and just banks it off the board. So you're telling me you can see why he might be a minus 33?
Well, you know what? Yeah, maybe he didn't get a chance to get off. I don't know. Look out.
There's a chance. It goes high on a shot by Quincy.
something must be wrong, Ken. He had 17 goals, 31 points in a 48-game season. That ain't bad for a rookie. So there's something going on behind the scenes.
And Igor Larionov, earlier this year, his agent had traveled to Edmonton to talk with the Oilers. And when Yakupov was asked about defense, said he's not paid for that. Good old-fashioned hip check right there on Perron by Polkinen. So the rookie makes his presence felt on the Oilers' best goal scorer. Now here's a break. Look out. Taylor Hall, he's got that great speed in behind the Red Wings. What a great diving play. Oh, last shot getting back.
Wow. The crowd ever loved that, and so they should.
What a great play against Taylor Hall. And that just snapped. Wow, Hendricks went to shoot it, and the stick just snapped on him. Here's Bertuzzi. Pass back for Sheehan was intercepted. It was knocked away by Clefbaum. And then offside call.
Boy, oh boy, this rookie.
Barrett Jackman got flipped in the St. Louis game on an Edmonton goal last night by Mark Fraser.
Well, accidents will happen, but that's the one reason why this is the greatest league in the world. And you better be in the game and alert all the time with this kind of stuff going on. Offside again, Edmonton. Cheering with Kaiser's in the
Danny to Kaiser went down. Save made by Howard. Big rebound. Alfredson, and there's going to be a penalty.
Nice one in the second. Or it's left 13.
So the Edmonton Oilers go to a power play. But the Red Wings, Glendening will bring it to center. Escaped a hit. Edmonton power play, 21st in the league. 0 for 9 their last 3 games, and just 2 for their last 34 over their past 11 games. Red Wing penalty killing 8th best in the league, and get the puck down the ice there from Conwell. Red Wing penalty killing has been excellent, 30 for 32 their last 10 games. Schultz to center, dropped it back. Nugent Hopkins moved it through Eberle. Ablocator there, no entry for Edmonton. Justin Schultz to Nugent Hopkins to Eberle. Eberle and Nugent Hopkins with 16 power play points apiece. Nugent Hopkins to Petrie, hit a leg. Eberle back to the line. Petrie moved. RNH as he's known. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Back to Petrie. Jeff Petrie, son of Dan, moved it quickly in front. Petrie came over. And Eberle's back. 20 seconds left in the last shot penalty. Offside is Edmonton.
But he's been 500 to get to the way.
Red Wing lead in the chance. Halfway through this game, it's a 1-0 Red Wing lead, and Dallas Eakins' team will miss the playoffs for an 8th consecutive year. In the previous 8 years, they've been in the bottom half in goals for. So this isn't the high-scoring, high-powered Oilers team we've seen before, and Dallas Eakins having some words with the officials.
Derisive thank you?
I think so.
3 times. Thank you for listening. I'm old enough to be your son. You're old enough to be my dad. Maybe that's what he said to him. That's not a way to endear yourself to the linesman. I'm too darn young to feel this dang old.
His team in the midst of the 3rd game of a 4-game road trip. Poked away by Eriksson as Detroit's back at full strength. Perron up with Lander, who's in for Sam Gagner in their lineup tonight. Eriksson waits. Leg one, left it for Cronwall, who missed it, so the Red Wings, after all that, will have to start over again. Right back to where they started. Eriksson ahead for Franzen, out of his reach. Philip Larson. One of 7 Danish-born players to play in the National Hockey League got checked there by Franzen. But
back behind the net for Boyd Gordon. He was checked. Loose side of the goal. Franzen, couple of whacks at it, taken away by Hendricks. For Johansson. Pinball back to center, and Franzen escapes the check. Sheahan dumped it to the corner. Ryan Smith first for the Oilers. Number 85, Martin Marincin, moved it up to center. Here comes Smith. Ryan Smith to the goal. He went to the net, but the puck didn't.
Well, Jimmy Howard held his ground, and you could hear the referee yelling, still inside. That means he voted that Detroit. Jimmy Howard in the world more than sometimes they're on the receiving end of a lot of this abuse.
Lander beaten by Sheahan on that faceoff. Abdelkader tipped it ahead. Tatar was on it quickly, but Ferentz, the Oilers captain, missed on that pass, and will go down the ice for an icing, and the faceoff will come back. The Edmonton zone. If a Detroit player gets a hat trick in this game, bring a copy of the scoring summary to a participating Arby's location tomorrow for your free small order curly fries. You can find that summary in your newspaper or on the Redwings page at foxsportsdetroit.com. The Edmonton Oilers, as I mentioned, have missed the playoffs for an 8th straight year. If no Western Canadian team makes the playoffs this year, and right now everybody's on the outside looking in, much to John Tortorella's surprise, it'll be the first time since 1978 no Western Canadian team will get in.
72.
Kaiser has to hurry back to get that loose puck. And to think that the Edmonton Oilers have more experienced netminding now than the Vancouver Canucks. And they started the year with Luongo, had Schneider in the summertime. The Oilers, as we say, have used 6 goalies, and with Ben Scrivens their backup and now Victor Fost, they're really in better shape going forward than Vancouver. Who would have thought that? Cronwall shooting loose in front, and Leguan was too well covered, and there's a penalty coming up.
Who we don't know. Leguan
First.
Tough to hide. Oh yeah, yeah. Tough to hide from that call.
Well, the Red Wings were 1 for 5 on the power play in the first meeting in the 5-0 win in Edmonton. Todd Bertuzzi scored that night. Checked at the line. And Cronwall, Nyquist, Franzen, and Bertuzzi. Gus Nyquist gets checked at the line. Bertuzzi back for Cronwall, missed it off Fost's stick. Right point here for the right-handed shooting Elkins. Franzen at the half boards, down low, Bertuzzi to Franzen. Franzen with a quick little move. Cronwall left side, Bertuzzi pulled it back in front, just got checked as he's about to try a backhand on Fost. Bertuzzi got position. Cronwall in to get the puck. Bell-tire power play Detroit. We'll have to hurry back as Alfredson will have time now as the Oilers are in the midst of a change. Alfredson checked. He'll want to go off on the change. And he'll be replaced by Teemu Pulkkinen, making his NHL debut tonight. The Griffins' leading scorer. Tatar got checked. Too many Oilers to get through. Pulkkinen's timing to come to the Red Wings was perfect because the Griffins are in the midst of a season-long 7-game road trip. Timing's everything. De Kaiser. Pulkkinen going off on a change as the penalty is about to expire and now has. De Kaiser. Sent it through. Leguan back to De Kaiser. Edmonton full strength. Puck loose. Leguan couldn't find it. Taylor Hall's got it. For Nugent Hopkins. Hit Quincy. Eriksson felt pressure from behind there from Hall. Larson kept it in. Eberle moved it for Taylor Hall.
in a shooting position in front for Everly. He was covered. Tatar couldn't get anywhere, and the Oilers Larson. 3.5 to go in period number 2. Hall circling. 62 points leads Edmonton for Hall. There's 22 goals, second to Perron's 25. Applicated. Whipped it around as Glendening moved in. Ryan Smith with it. Brendan Smith kept it in. Ryan Smith brings it to center. Larson.
A whole lot happening in this game right now at either end of the ice.
Gazdic tipped it, got checked. And Gazdic recovered for Smith. The Oilers' fourth line is out there along with Jones. Nyquist has picked up a spot on this Red Wing line. Nyquist brings it ahead with Glendening and Miller. Nyquist goes wide, went down, lost an edge, picked up by Petrie. Picked ahead for Marincin. And a bouncer into the Red Wing zone. Marincin was a Slovakian Olympian with Tatar and Yurka. He made the check there on Nyquist. And the play is called on the offside. So we'll step out for a moment, and the Red Wings in a 1-0 lead on Fox Sports Detroit.
This game break brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. The Devils tie with the Wings in the standings in Florida to take on the Panthers tonight. In the second, Damian Brunner sets up Patrick Eliashu. Finds the back of the net to put the Devils up 3-1, but the Panthers have come back to cut that lead back to just 1 goal. They play at 3-2 in the second. Still 1-0 at the Joes. We send you back to Ken and Mick.
Thanks, Mickey. Well, right there, the guy with his head down and the glasses on, Matt Pavelich, turned 80 years old. A couple of days. Matt was a linesman in this league for many, many, many years. And another announcement, Jack McRoberts, who is celebrating 40 years of being a goal judge and an off-ice official here with the Red Wings. They've now put him up in the stands instead of behind.
On Thursday, Mark footage, the old games, teams circling the goal. Tried to Matty Pavelich again, like
The ice, too.
Tatar circling the goal. Tried to find Shane again, like they did the first time. 31 years, Matty Pavelich again, like they did the first time. 31 years, Matty Pavelich worked the lines. You look at only old footage, the old games, seems there are only 2. Matty was one of the lines every game, it seems. We'll get to the Joe to see the Atlantic Division face-off between your Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens on Thursday, March 27th. Puck drops at 7. 313-471-7575 is the number to call right now. Ticket executives are standing by for that original Thursday, March 20th. Old games, teams Cronwall around.
Hoping to get Carey Price back as soon maybe as tomorrow.
Shot by Erickson, went off the glass. Cronwall around Joensuu. With a minute to go in period 2. A slash and a stick and a broken stick is Joensuu. But there will be no call.
Lindsay and off-ice official level. Good stuff.
His view was much better at the old Olympia.
Yeah, I'd say so. And Matt's brother, Marty, was a Red Wing player. Ted Lindsay and his crew. Big teams back in the 50s. And Matt still is a linesman for the NHL Red Wings alumni on many occasions for charity games.
And sharp attack.
He sure is.
Oh, stories they'll tell you.
Yeah, and quick to tell you what went wrong on the ice, too.
Tatar circling the goal. Tried to find Shane again like they did the first time. In 31 years, Matty Pavelich worked the lines. It's on 5-7-5. A minute to go in period 2. With a minute to go in period 2. A slash and a stick and a broken stick is Joensuu. But there will be no call. Franzen looking back and saying, why not? The evidence is on the ice. But he broke his own stick, not Franzen's. Franzen with a good move. Keeps on going. Still loose. Foss got bumped, no mask, so the whistle will go immediately. As soon as the netminder, Sweden's Victor Foss, lost his helmet, the whistle will go. And remember, the Oilers sent Ilya Brizgalov to Minnesota for a 4th-round pick. We mentioned Dubnyk dealt earlier, and a nice move here by Franzen on Foss.
He knocked his own helmet off is what he did. You can see, watch him shake his head after this. He didn't lose this because somebody knocked it off. We go far enough, you'll see him shake that head thinking, I got to get a stoppage here. And he's pretty smart.
Smart move.
Yes, indeed.
For a goaltender in just his seventh. Now Glendening. Alfred. Held up by Lander.
Play keyboard shortcut K button.
Now
Keyboard shortcut
Glendening.
K button.
Bertuzzi gets checked by Ferentz. The Boston Bruin Cup winner. Referee saying, I'll let you guys work it out. You hear him say?
Yeah.
Keep battling, just keep the stick down. Here's Alfredson.
Easy for you to say, Ref.
Cronwall. Shot deflected. Bertuzzi tried to get it back. He couldn't. And the Oilers with one last rush here in the second period. Larson with a long shot. Cleared away by Howard. Larson got it again off a leg, and 2 periods are in the books and just 1 goal, and it came in the first. Riley Sheahan's fourth from Tatar and Miller. Or Riley Sheahan's fifth, rather, from Tatar and Miller at 13:53. Shannon Hogan will guess with Mike Babcock, and a great debut from Timu Polkinen as the goaltenders are standing by with Mickey.
Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. The Wings leading by a goal after 2 periods of play. Coach, what's your take on how your team has performed thus far? And
well, the offense has been few and far between. We'll start even in full strength the third period here. I have to say that this is a rather important third period for the Detroit Redwings.
Don't take the Oilers lightly, because remember, they were down 3-0 to Minnesota. Game before last night when they lost to St. Louis. Game before that, they're down 3-0 and won 4-3 in a shootout. So here's Perron, plays it over to Hall. His return feed for Perron didn't work. Ferentz. Verlander loose at center, and Perron will go back to get it. He got checked, and the Oilers will regroup.
One other thing, Ken, that's not a fun fact. The Detroit Red Wings are -19 in the third period.
Here's Hall cutting to the goal.
So, boy, they need to shut that door quickly. -3 the other night in Columbus.
Any way to get number 5 out of the Raptors? Well, if you look the last few years, and we mentioned it earlier in the season, they're blown by numbers this year that the final 2 seasons with Stewart and Lidstrom, where the Red Wings had that shutdown pair, and then Rafalski before that in third periods, and you just can't replace that. Yakupov threw one back deep. That's Martin Marincin. Move pass by Petrie for Yakupov. Didn't get to him. Tatar tried to get through. Good move to keep control, though. Sent one over for Applicator. Sheahan's held that loose puck. Able to take it away. He got the angle, and now at the line is Lashoff. Came loose. Slot. Sheahan. Oh, and he ripped it. Just high and over top of the goal. Tatar the shot.
Hit the net, boys. The guys were talking about that in the intermission about missing the net so much in the second period. Another good example of it.
Tatar mirrored there by Petrie. High slot kept in by Applicator, who was going to the bench on the change. And now he'll get there. Last shot checked by Ryan Smith. Battling back of the net, and now brought ahead by Glendening. Klefbom cut him off. Alfredson checked at center. Oscar Klefbom. Larson had it tipped through by Boyd Gordon. Gordon on it again. Free agent signing last summer.
Wow.
Cronwall able to move it. Taken away here by Bertuzzi. Adjusting his equipment. Thinking he got speared a little bit along the boards. As Bertuzzi goes off gingerly to the Red Wing bench. Keep an eye on that. 3 minutes gone in period 3. Anton Lander for Taylor Hall. Schultz on the rush. Tipped through by Perron. Wheeled around. Erickson let it go. Smart little play there to escape Taylor Hall.
Red Wings are up as Halkinen tried to get in a shooting position. Didn't work. Lead pass for Hall didn't click. To Kaiser. Halkinen. Good pass to Emerton. He was behind Miller as Eberle was there. And now the return feed for Jordan Eberle, number 14. 21 goals and 50 points. The Petrie, the shot got blocked. Nyquist out of trouble. Just Nyquist. Goes to the corner, battles, won it, with some help from Legwand. Brendan Smith on the right side. Legwand skate the stick. Spots Franzen. Smith on that loose puck. Brendan Smith cuts back to the middle, shoots one, and just missed short side. Behind the goal for Legwand. Watched in there by Marincin. Now Franzen came in. Marincin on him. Franzen skated back to the line with it to create some space. Sent the shot through. It was blocked by Ryan Smith. Brendan Smith to David Legwand. Got it back to Lashoff. To the near side for Johan Franzen. Good work here to keep control by Detroit. Legwand to the point to Smith. Took the shot. Good save by Fost. And really took off Kelly Sutherland's head on the rebound clear. Franzen in front. Red Wings have had the puck in the Oilers zone here for about a minute. Now they get a change. Franzen got checked by Eberle, who just dumped it to center, and Alfredsson's back. Alfredsson checked. He lost it. Then recovered. Smith still out there, wants to change. Sent through by Glendening as Bertuzzi's back out with him and Alfredsson. Glendening checked his man as Gordon got one ahead for Hendricks. Boyd Gordon following up. Former Capital trying to get through. Loose here for Larson. Angle taken away. Good job by Glendening. Back to the point and failing to keep it in was Oscar Klefbom. One of those good young defensemen we speak of with Edmonton, and Darnell Nurse on the way, and they could be looking at Aaron Ekblad from Barrie if they get perhaps the second overall pick the way they're going. But again, it is a lottery. The Oilers need help on the blue line, and this will be icing. And the face-off back in the red.
The Red Wings, the door is open for them to do so. They need 2 points here.
That took a straight.
When he was a 4. I don't like it, but well, you had to keep your head up around him, that's for sure.
And Tatar had it. With Shan and Applicator. With Taylor Hall to Lander, and good save by Howard.
Good that deflect.
Nyquist gets a stick on the puck, and he's away working on Ferentz. Can he beat him? Drops it back to Franzen. Waited too long and was checked.
Good back check, though. By Eberle to keep coming. Even though you don't think it's going to be there, and it may not, you got to keep going anyway, and sure enough, it did. Right to Franzen, and Eberle made a nice defensive play.
Eberle with Yakupov and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Good play by Schultz. Justin Schultz centering one. Cleared by Detroit and out to center.
Detroit's got to get their head out of the sandbox here, Ken. They're only up 1-0. This is a critical period. Absolutely critical.
Schultz shooting. Got blocked. Rebound. And able to find it was Howard. Justin Schultz, 8 goals in the season and leads Oilers defense with 25 points. Schultz because Nick Cronwall, he's played 22 minutes already tonight, and there's still 12:20 to go in the game. He's about 3 or 4 minutes ahead of the closest Red Wing, Jonathan Erickson.
It's not necessarily a good thing. It's good that you got him. It's not good that you got to use him that much. So there haven't been much for power plays in this game at all.
Teemu Pokinen got it through Philip Larson. Came over from Dallas in the Sean Horkoff trade. Taylor Hall finds Larson. 2-on-2 along with Perron. Saved by Howard. Larson goes up after it again. Ablocator couldn't get through, and back to take it was Marincin. Moved it across, lead pass. That gets knocked off the stick of Hendricks. 32-year-old staying with it. Shane checking. Boyd Gordon came in along with Ryan Smith, so more of a veteran line out here. All the youngsters the Oilers have. This is them. Stolen Smith scores! He's tied the game 1-1. Ryan Smith. The veteran line comes through. The game 1-1.
Well, Brendan Smith just thought he had the play, put it right on the tape of Ryan Smith, and Brendan just held his head when the puck went in the net. I mean, he literally delivered it right to him. Oh boy. Great shot by Ryan Smith. But he looked up the middle and didn't even see that white jersey. All of us have done this, but boy, it couldn't come at a worse time. He was looking right up the middle for Tatar and didn't see the white jersey. You just don't sometimes. And Ryan Smith says, "Thank you very much. I ain't going to miss this, baby." And it's 1-1.
Ryan Smith with his 10th goal.
He lit. Brendan just had the play.
All the youngsters the Oilers have. This is
Goals.
them. Stolen Smith scores! He's tied the game.
0% vertically scored.
The Redwings regain the lead. 3-2.
1-1. Ryan Smith. The veteran line comes through for the young Oilers.
Of the hockey game.
Well, Brendan Smith just thought he had the play, put it right on the tape of Ryan Smith, and Brendan just held his head when the puck went in the net. I mean, he literally delivered it right to him. Oh boy. Great shot by Ryan Smith. But he looked up the middle and didn't even see that white jersey. All of us have done this, but boy, it couldn't come at a worse time. He was looking right up the middle for Tatar and didn't see the white jersey. You just don't sometimes. And Ryan Smith says, "Thank you very much." See the boy.
Goals scored.
It'll be an unassisted tally.
NHL March 14/2014.
So Smith on Smith there.
Audio playing time by YouTube video player view.
One in white.
0% vertically scored.
Capitalized on the one in red's mistake. Ryan's name is Smith spelled with a Y, and Brendan's probably saying, "Why did I do that?"
Good call. Yeah, well, you know what? As a teammate, something like that happens, you really would like to cover up for the guy and make it right for him. And the only way they can do that is to come back and win this hockey game, however they can and whatever it takes. And here's that goal differential. Redmond's now minus 20 in the third period. Keep beating the dead horse, but that'll be the last time you hear it from me. They need to turn that around. If they're going to win this game, they got to get one, maybe not in the third period, but they'd prefer that. As I said, the Oilers have nothing to play for and therefore nothing to lose. Red Wings have everything to lose.
And they're going to be short-handed.
Yep. Snowball downhill. And Taylor Hall, who's been in the middle of it all night long again, as he was last night in St. Louis, drives the net, got the speed, and he gets interfered with enough. Almost fell down on his own, really, but the interference called, I would say, to Kaiser on the play, and the Edmonton power play to come with 10:27 to go in the third period. Now a 1-1 game.
And the guy who tied the game for the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan Smith, on the unassisted goal, is lucky to become the all-time leader in power play goals for the Edmonton Oilers. He's tied right now with Glenn Anderson. The Oilers this season do not have a power play goal from a defenseman. That hasn't happened through an entire season since the expansion Buffalo Sabres. Maybe they should have never let Sheldon Surrey go. They don't have that bomb from the blue line on a power play. Glendening back for Kronwall. Well, Justin Schultz, who leads the team, time on ice, upwards of 23.5 minutes a night, carries to center. Look,
Power interfered with enough.
Short-handed.
Yep. Everything to lose.
And they're going to be short-handed.
0% victory score.
Don't go ball downhill. And Taylor Hall, who's been in the middle of it all night long again, as he was last night in St. Louis.
Redwings.
Drives the net, got the speed, and he gets interfered with enough. The net, got the speed, and he gets interfered with enough. Almost fell down on his own, really, but the interference called, I would say, to almost fell down on his own, really, but the interference called, I would say, to Kaiser on the play, and the Edmonton power play to come with 10:27 to go in the third period. Now a 1-1 game.
We have a 4-2 game.
Maybe they should have never let Sheldon Surrey go. They don't have that bomb from the blue line on a power play.
0% victory score.
Glendening back for Kronwall. Well, Justin Schultz, who leads the team, time on ice, upwards of 23.5 minutes a night.
Play keyboard shortcut key.
Carries to center.
Complimentary. YouTube video. 0% victory score.
David Perron at the point, spinning away from Edmonton. Petrie got it through to Anton Lander. 48 points in Oak City in 43 games for Lander, just called up. Petrie a bouncing puck, good stick in the lane by Edmonton. David Perron. Good job. We'll go off on a change now. As Glendening comes on for him. Lashoff, Quincy, an applicator for Detroit, shorthanded. Perron took the shot, it was blocked by applicator. And again, Red Wing penalty killing has been excellent. Not just tonight, but of late.
2 minutes spent. 20.
Petrie for Everly. Moved it back to Petrie, right point. Larson the shot and a save made. Everly's got it. Back to Petrie. That shot tipped and wide. Penalty is over. Out of the boxes to Kaiser. So the Red Wings kill off another one. And a huge penalty kill at that. Oilers 0 for 2 on their power play tonight. And 0 for their pass. 11 given away by Howard. Loose in front of the goal. All the Red Wings get a huge break. Franzen shoots it in. Nyquist and Ferentz will battle. Ferentz got it to Boyd Gordon. For Taylor with one for the goal scorer Ryan Smith. Backhanded in by Martin Marincin. Brendan Smith for Nyquist. Marincin for Taylor Hall. Back to Ferentz. Checked by Nyquist, who comes out of the crowd with it. Try to jam it in. But Fost able to hold on. So with that, and a 1-1 tie, and 7:23 to go in the third. Howard recovers there. We're back in a moment on Fox Sports Detroit. And made the play here after the giveaway, and Ryan Smith in a bid for his second of the night. Boy, would have been another one unassisted, but for the Howard recovery. Jeff Petrie for David Perron. Over for Marincin.
Leon Draisaitl.
Tatar got back for Detroit. And now has the puck. Lead the Wings to center for Sheahan. Deceptive speed, Sheahan coming in on the wing. Comes at the far corner, nobody there but the white sweater of Petrie. Hit a stanchion, perfect bounce, Detroit over Sheahan's stick. In goes Abdelkader quickly, forcing Marincin. Recovered by Tatar with a good move around Lander. Tatar cutting to the goal, right in. Too many bodies to go through to get his stick on that elusive puck. Petrie for Perron and into the zone as Edmonton a signal for a change.
Next keyboard shot. Seek slider at 1 hours 28 minutes. Seek slider at 1 hours 28 minutes 13 seconds of 1 hours 28 minutes. 1 hours 20.
His real estate taken away, but made the play back. Good holding by DeKaiser and a shot sailed high and wide.
0%
Back of the net, Franzen. Out front himself. Nyquist turning. Couldn't get a shot. In front for Franzen, knocked away. But it was a good job by Schultz on Nyquist.
A lot of bodies around the front of the net, that's for sure. Not a lot of room. And I don't remember the last time the Redwings got a goal that had eyes. There haven't been many.
Stolen by Ryan Smith. Brendan Smith knocked it back into the corner. It was the first meeting of the season that Brendan Smith got into a fight with Will Acton and injured his shoulder and missed 6 games. And tonight had the unfortunate miscue. The Oilers have not been good to Brendan Smith this season. Red Wings won the first meeting, 5-0. And the crowd urging them on to get the lead here. Despite being outshot 2016. The Oilers, the second worst defensive team in the league. Only the Islanders are behind them. Glendening with a backhander. And Foss able to keep that one out, and some pushing and shoving in front. Glendening in the middle of it again. This time it's again with Matt Hendricks. We're tied at 1 in the third on Fox Sports Detroit. And they're past 7 at home, Mick. They're 5-0-2, and from here, the Red Wings will hit the road to head to Chicago. Tim Hortons brings you the upcoming game schedule. That'll be Sunday night on the network, and then we'll be back with you, an original 6 matchup here on Tuesday, and then the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby and company on Thursday. And boy, are the Penguins ever really banged up. The Red Wings have had 294 man games lost this season. Second to Pittsburgh, 391, and now they've lost James Neal with the concussion the Penguins have. So 2 teams banged up, and yet the Penguins without Martin and Letang and Dupuis for the season, and now Neal, boy, they've managed to put up Pittsburgh 300. 2 teams banged up, and yet the Penguins without Martin and Letang and Dupuis for the season, and now Neal, boy, they've managed to put up pretty good numbers.
Well, the biggest reason, well, there's 2 reasons that I see. Number 1 is that Fleury has been unbelievable. The goaltender.
1-800-HANSON's report card.
He's been really good. And number 2 is that Crosby and Malkin have not been the ones that have missed games. The 2 best players. But mainly the goaltending. He's been great with the Fleury.
Sheahan along with Abdelkader.
Woo.
Sheahan with a good move on Lander, and a goal! Stopped by Foss. Big stop there by Victor Foss. Riley Sheahan is the lone Red Wing goal tonight. Tatar shooting. And Tatar has to go back to center to get it. Quincy delays, waits for the Red Wings to complete the change. DeKaiser back for Quincy. Franzen cut to the net, but knocked away by Jordan Eberle. And Franzen able to get it back as Nyquist to check Eberle. Clear to an open wing, Eberle over to get it. And the puck is up and out of play. A reminder to vote in the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's Minty Shamrock Shake. To vote, just text WINGS, followed by a space in the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com.
Looking at that green shake, people are starting to celebrate St. Patty's already tonight. Coming up early next week. Might as well make it a long weekend. If you're Irish, you're used to that. This guy's been good. 19 shots Detroit, 21 Edmonton. Not a ton of shots, but a little more activity on the offensive side here in the third period, especially since the Oilers have tied the game.
Brought ahead by Hendricks. Hit the linesman skate onto Ryan Smith. Fired back in by Boyd Gordon. For Smith back of the net. Checked by Lashoff. Drew Miller backhands it in down to Fost. Kept it moving with Glendening coming at him.
Oh boy. Oh boy. A collision in the sticks or no? Fans are calling for a penalty. But do we have one? I think we do. Oh boy. 2:54 to go, and the Oilers are going to go for today's game. Oh boy. 2:54 to go, and the Oilers are going to go for today's game.
Edmonton penalty, number 27. 2 minutes delay of game, shooting the puck out of play.
Wow.
Kelly Sutherland making the call, an automatic penalty.
Oh yeah, no much question about that. Open that blade up, the puck's rolling just a little bit, and whoop, up and over the glass. No touch on the way. Power play Detroit. They haven't done much with the extra man so far tonight. None bigger than right now as these fans urge them on. No wiggle room for this team. Washington has won tonight. New Jersey's going to win tonight. Detroit can't afford to lose this game.
Draw one by
Urge them on tonight. None bigger than right now. And no touch on the way. Up and over the glass. No touch on the way. Power play Detroit. They haven't done much with the extra man so far tonight. None bigger than right now as these fans urge them on. No wiggle room for this team. Washington has won tonight. New Jersey's going to win tonight. Detroit can't afford to lose this game.
Draw one by Franzen as Alfredson gives him.
None bigger than right now as these fans urge them on. No wiggle room for this team. Washington has won tonight. New Jersey's going to win tonight. Detroit can't afford to lose this game.
Draw one by Franzen as Alfredson gives it to Cronwall. Now here to Nyquist. Took a shot, got blocked by Marincin. And the Oilers get it down the ice. Franzen had to go off his stick. Jim Hopkins took a whack at it. Another try by the Oilers to get it out to center. Shots are 21-19 Edmonton.
You know, you don't think much about it, but when you don't have number 40 and number 13, Datsuk and Zetterberg, who are so good at settling things down inside the line, and you get used to that after having them. Now that they're gone, you can see where you don't have that consistency of entry.
Here's Franzen for Nyquist. Just too far. Tried to backhand one in front. It didn't work.
Next to Detroit.
Came back to the point.
35 minutes,
Picked up here by
21 seconds. Current value, 1 hour 35.
Cronwall for Daniel Alfredson. Bertuzzi down low.
5 minutes, 27 seconds at 1 hour.
He went to the slot, go to Franzen, and that was McDonald.
1 hour.
21, Edmonton, versus Cincinnati.
1 hour. 1 hour.
250.
1 hour.
The Oilers, we have one. Calling for a penalty. Oh boy.
At him.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
NHL mark. Cool. Cool. 0% score.
Sticks or no? fans are calling for a penalty.
1 hour 30. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 30. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 30. 1 hour.
Oh yeah, no much question about that. Open that blade up, puck's rolling just a little bit, and whoop, up and over the glass. No touch on the way. Power play Detroit. They haven't done much with the extra man so far tonight. None bigger than right now as these fans urge them on. No wiggle room for this team. Washington has won tonight. New Jersey's going to win tonight. Detroit can't afford to lose this game.
Draw one by Bronson is
Tonight.
wall now here to Nyquist. Took a shot, got blocked by Marincin.
Goal scored.
And the Oilers, the try by the Oilers to get it out to center.
0% vertically scored.
Shots are 21-19 Edmonton.
You know, you don't think much about it, but when you don't have number 40 and number 13, Datsuk and Zetterberg, who are so good at settling things down inside the line, and you get used to that after having them. Now that they're gone, you can see where you don't have that consistency of entry.
Here's Franzen for Nyquist. Just too far. Tried to backhand one in front. Didn't work. Came back to the point. Picked up here by Kronwall. For Daniel Alfredson. Bertuzzi down low. He went to the slot, though, to Franzen. And that was read by Nugent Hopkins. And down the ice, and the Red Wings will get a change. Tatar. Got it over, Polkinen hit by Lander. And again, Edmonton, this time Ferentz.
One and done. That's the problem.
Long stretch pass and just onside is Sheahan. Got back to the line as Tatar carried it in. Good job by Sheahan, though, to keep that play onside. Legwand. Regains control. To Kaiser, back to him. Polkinen open, waiting to shoot it. He's got it. He fires. Rebound. Oh, and Sheahan just sent it wide. Polkinen fires again, and that one was tipped. See how quickly he gets it away. Oilers back at full strength. So the Red Wings can't get anything on that power play. 0 for 3 is Detroit in the Bell Tire power play tonight. That hit Perron and goes back into the Red Wing zone as Applicator goes with 30 seconds left in the third period. An East-West battle. It doesn't matter how the Red Wings get to tonight. Overtime, shootout, whatever. They just need to. Here's Miller. Applicator, wraparound try. Taylor Hall. Getting it over to Perron with a great move on Quincy. Look back in front, loose back to the goal. Perron still with it. Time expires. We're going to overtime. Applicator, wraparound try. Taylor Hall.
The Red Wings win. 5-2, the final.
Getting it over to Perron.
Goal scored.
With a great move on Quincy. Look back.
Seek sliders. 1 hours 47 minutes 58 seconds of 1 hours 45 minutes 50. 1 hours 53 minutes 12. 1 hours 50 cross keyboard short.
And Jimmy Howard, it's up to you.
0%
Good guy.
vertically scored.
Act like Terry Sawchuk one more time.
Taylor Hall in full flight, looking to even it up. No, and the Red Wings win it 2-0. 13-0-2. They're past 15 games against the Edmonton Oilers. 15 games against the Edmonton Oilers. And just one regulation loss. They're past 28. And Jimmy Howard, perfect. 10 for 10 with Edmonton. And it was Mrazek who shut them out the first meeting this season.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, is breathing heavier and lighter now than Brendan Smith. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas Tatar and Jimmy Howard, says Brendan. You got me off the hook. God bless him. He's trying, doing his best. Stuff happens, as they say. But the Red Wings get the 2 that they needed for today. What have you done for me lately? They say Miller time is what you've done for me lately, and it'll be Thomas Tatar. Most players go to the backhand. That's an easier way to go. It's awfully tough to go to the forehand. And Dika goaltender that badly. Our Miller moment brought to you by Miller Lite. Thomas Tatar, hot sauce, does it again. Red Wings win in a shootout.
And the Red Wings improved to 6-0-2. They're past 8 in this building. As they win it 2-1.